What is up, my dudes? We've got the Corporate Esports Association Dota 2 Spring 2019 tournament going on. We're actually casting this game live today at 10 PM on a Sunday night, so getting pretty late. Game of Thrones. I just watched Game of Thrones, so a little bit tired, but I'm pretty excited for this matchup. We've got Amazon FishingBoatV2, the current #1 seed. They're currently undefeated 4-0 so far, against Microsoft Bane and Mirana Ganks, the winner of last year's AHGL. So pretty excited for this matchup. Fishing Boat on a complete tear right now, taking out Workday and Amazon Prime Courier, their partner team, who I personally think they're a little bit better, but at least a bit more dynamic. And this draft is just flying by. We've already got an Enigma ban for FishingBoatV2 and Bounty Hunter. So I've been seeing Bane and Mirana Ganks have a lot of success on Bounty Hunter. Oh no, sorry, Enigma. So FishingBoatV2 is doing their research and making sure that THC isn't gonna get that Enigma. I actually talked to THC before earlier today, and he said he had some secret strats ready for Amazon FishingBoatV2, so I'm excited to see what's gonna happen here. An Arc Warden, Raider, and Clinks ban. So I haven't seen Arc Warden or Clinks too much, especially in that first phase. But maybe a targeted ban here. Oracle pick gonna come out really quickly for the side of Bane and Mirana Ganks. Oracle got nerfed pretty hard in 7.21D, but if anything that the ESL 1 Mumbai tournament showed us, Oracle is still a very valuable hero. That False Promise is just too hard to give up, even with the cast range nerf, the mana cost nerf. It's still a really good spell, and they did get rid of that level 3 power spike that Oracle has, where you drop the double Purifying Flames and Fortune's End. Just that 500 magic burst damage at level 3 is pretty insane still. So pretty excited to see this Oracle pick. See how FishingBoatV2 looks to respond. Already going into reserve time in this first pick, so maybe this Oracle pick catching them off guard a little bit. Also going to see a Pangali ban. So Pangali's been pretty successful recently, not so much in at ESL 1 Mumbai, but he's still a pretty strong hero even after the nerfs in 7.21D. And actually going really deep into the reserve time here.
Radiant's turn to royally screwed up.
Shadow Shaman, first pick from FishingBoatV2. We'll see if they decide to do that follow-up pick straight away. Yeah, so Shadow Shaman is still a very good hero. I've been harping on and on about his Shadow Shaman all league long. The Serpent Wards are completely ridiculous. Can take out towers, Raxes by themselves, and you get it all from that support position. So pretty good. Oracle can dispel the Shadow Shaman. The Shadow Shaman spells. I believe Fortune's End won't be able to dispel the Hex or the Shackles, but can do it with a False Promise. So just like get out of jail free card if you feel like you're being locked down by that Shadow Shaman the whole time. And a Ricky pick. This is the first one I've seen in quite a while. Ricky doesn't feel as strong as he used to. Back when he had Blink Strike as his ultimate, but this Tricks of the Trade is pretty obscene as well. That 4 seconds, 5 seconds, 6 seconds of invincibility, and can really snowball the game. This Oracle's life is going to be pretty miserable with this Ricky pick actually, so I quite like this a lot. Ricky can just jump on the back lines and just take this Oracle out during a smoke cloud, and there's not much that the Oracle will be able to do to save himself. So I like this a lot. They banned Bounty Hunter themselves, so they don't quite have that option. But what's interesting is whether or not we're going to see Ricky as a core or not. I feel like he does need a lot of items to really snowball the game, but at the same time, laning Ricky is kind of tricky. His base damage is pretty low. He's pretty squishy in the lane. Gonna see Underlord come out for the side of Bane and Mirana Ganks, so the Morris will probably be playing that one. They've had a lot of success with Underlord in the past. Notably, last year they ran Underlord a lot. I believe the Morris is an Underlord spammer. We haven't seen Underlord too much in the meta recently. Ever since they made it so Firestorm doesn't do percentage damage against Roche anymore, which was pretty ridiculous in the past. He's kind of fallen off a little bit. Needs just he actually does need farm as an offlaner and to buy those aura items. You'll see Jug and Husker banned. Jug makes a lot of sense. A nice pair with a Shadow Shaman and does really well against the Underlord. The spin doesn't care about Atrophy Aura, so it definitely has kill potential against the Underlord. And an Ember Spirit ban for the side of Bane and Mirana Ganks. I can't remember if FishingBoatV2 has run Ember Spirit in a past game, but always a hero to be feared. Is a pretty good hero right now. Max Sleight of Fist is the new hot shit on Ember Spirit. Husker ban coming out of FishingBoatV2, just maybe not wanting to get cheesed out a little bit. I'm not too sure how strong Husker actually is as a hero right now. I felt pretty underwhelmed in the previous Husker games that he's been played in this league. Also in the pubs, just generally Husker doesn't feel that strong. Can definitely win his matchup, but not too sure about this. Gonna see Earth Spirit ban. This makes a lot of sense. Actually, yeah, Ultra Magnus is in the game. He plays a pretty mean Earth Spirit, so makes sense as a ban. And Bane and Mirana Ganks would probably be looking to pick their carry next. As the if you're first pick, you generally want to quote unquote win the draft in this fourth pick. Because then you can protect it with a ban afterwards.
10 seconds.
And then you also get a follow-up pick as well. So this fourth pick is really important. Usually when you want to pick your mid or your carry. So Bane and Mirana Ganks probably going to pick their other support next. And this Ricky is probably going to make this draft pretty tricky for Bane and Mirana Ganks. Just a hero we don't see too often, and has definitely the potential to snowball, make this Oracle's life hell. And again, unsure which position he's going to be in. We've even occasionally seen carry Rickies in the past. Just get that early Diffusal Blade Basher and just go to town. The Underlord will help a little bit with the Ricky, I believe. Actually, not really. I don't think Atrophy Aura reduces damage from Atrophy Aura. And Ursa, another great hero who doesn't care too much about the Atrophy Aura. All his damage comes from the Fury swipes, which doesn't get reduced by Atrophy Aura. So I like this pickup a lot. Looks like FishingBoatV2 is going to play fast and loose this game. And hopefully the Oracle will be able to save some people with a false promise.
10 seconds.
But it's looking pretty tough for this Oracle so far. This arm is pretty nice against Ursa if he has already popped in Rage. There's not many ways to dispel it otherwise.
Radiant team are now picking.
Gonna see Bane come out of Bane and Mirana Ganks, so living up to their name a little bit. Don't think we'll see Mirana, unfortunately. Not the greatest against Ricky, because you just get smoke screened and then you can't leap out. But now we've got this Bane and Oracle support duo, which doesn't inspire me with the most amount of confidence. They kind of do similar things where they provide a save. Bane obviously gives a lot more lockdown, which is nice. But they're like strong in. They're both like strong in the lane, and then like kind of fall off a bit afterwards. Gonna be okay against the Ursa. You can always Fiend's Grip him during the Enrage, or like just Fiend's Grip him in general. But Ricky can stalk the backlines. The important thing is Ricky can't go for both the Oracle and the Bane if they position well. Gonna see Bristleback as well from Amazon FishingBoatV2. So this Ricky's probably going to be that 4 position now. Ursa probably not gonna go mid and have the carry Ricky. But again, anything's possible. I guess it depends on how Ursa feels against the enemy mid laner. They do have the final pick, so they can decide to switch it up a little bit. But probably going to be that position for Ricky. A Drow Ranger gonna come out from Bane and Mirana Ganks. I'm not too sure about this. She's gonna feel a lot of heat against from the Bristleback early on. But these days, maybe he's gonna be a mid Drow as well. That's another possibility, depending on what the final pick from Amazon FishingBoatV2 V2 looks like. But yeah, already a lot of early aggression coming out of FishingBoatV2, and they're really tanky as well. The Ursa and the Bristleback are really hard to take down. Ricky is incredibly elusive. Just a Shadow Shaman, a little bit squishy. Gotta see Medusa come out as the final ban for FishingBoatV2. I think Medusa would really solidify a lot of Bane and Mirana Ganks' game plan right now. Just have those tanky frontliners for the Drow to just pummel into them. Even Dusa is a pretty strong front liner. Can do a lot of damage from the front line.
Only 10 seconds.
So I guess at this point, Bane and Mirana Ganks, they should maybe look to ban a mid who
5 seconds.
does well against Drow, just to
Dire
limit their
team
options. They're gonna go ban the Pugna, which makes a lot of sense. Pugna can make the Drow's life miserable. I think I do want to see a safe mid Drow just to get those early levels, and hopefully snowball a little bit with the marksmanship in the jungle. She doesn't do that well against Bristleback either, so I feel like Bane and Mirana Gang should pick a safe lane carry who can actually deal with the Bristleback in the lane.
10 seconds
Bane
to pick.
isn't going to be able to do too much against Bristleback by himself.
5 seconds remain.
They could also look to do a defensive tri-lane. Maybe
Radiant
Oracle,
team
Bane,
pick.
plus... Oh, actually a Necrophos. An interesting flex pick in that sense. And now there's 2 heroes to buy the aura items. They can split it between the Necrophos and the Underlord and go for an earlier timing. So a few more options have opened up for the side of Bane and Mirana Ganks. Necrophos is a flex hero as well, so it can
10
go mid or
seconds to
safe
pick.
lane, or even off lane. But gonna see that Underlord and
Choose your
Sniper
hero.
coming out for FishingBoatV2. Actually, this Sniper pick is gonna be pretty difficult to deal with. No catch on the side of Bane and Mirana Ganks. They're probably gonna rely on Drow Ranger getting some nice Shadow Blade Gust combos and trying to surprise them. This kind of seems like the only way they can really take these fights, or at least start the fights. The alternative is to just have Necrophos and Underlord in the front lines and just try and you know, batter their way through the defenses of FishingBoatV2. But Urson and Bristleback are so tanky, and they've got this sniper in the backline who can deal so much damage. Ricky can always take care of the backline for the side of Bane and Mirana King. So I'm really preferring this FishingBoatV2 lineup. I feel like they do just have the better draft right now. So we'll see how Bane and Mirana Gank looks to get into this game. I think it's going to be pretty rough for them, and a lot of hero spammers coming out. We got Ursa, Sniper, Oracle, and Underlord, all hero spammers. Or even the Ricky is a hero spammer. You're in trouble when there's a Ricky spammer on the enemy team. And so let's hop right into the game. Introducing the side of Amazon FishingBoatV2. I didn't get a pronunciation from the players before the lobby, so we've got a bunch of Chinese names. A Chinese name on the Shadow Shaman, another Chinese name on the Bristleback, and another Chinese name on the Ursa. Sometimes when we touch on the Sniper, and oh, that's not right, I think I missed someone, and no crab Dota on the Ricky. So introducing the side of Bane and Mirana Ganks, we've got Ultra Magnus on the Bane, Yuryu on the Necrophos, Matthew NZ on the Drow Ranger, THC on the Oracle, and the Morris on the Underlord. So Oracle running in aggressively to scout where the enemy team is, gets a few Fury swipes added on, gonna get one more hit, so already 2/3 of Oracle's life gone.
30 seconds.
Ricky placed a ward in mid in the cover of Invis, so I like this a lot. We'll see if... I don't think Ricky noticed that the Drow also put her own ward down, so maybe Ricky arriving a little bit later to the scene than the Drow did. Ricky's not a very fast hero, but also Drow isn't either. So gonna see this defensive tri-lane start out from the side of FishingBoatV2, trying to put some pressure on the Unlord. If he falls behind a little bit, he's gonna have a lot of trouble getting back into the game. THC will be able to steal the bounty rune from the side of FishingBoatV2, so nice heads up play from THC, being able to realize that the side of FishingBoatV2 are being overly aggressive. We'll be able to steal the bounty rune and prevent all 4 bounty... Oh, actually, they're going to get 3 bounty runes for this, so very much worth it for them. Just 1 bounty rune at bot lane. Nice. Ultra Magnus abusing the new creep aggro rules, where the creeps don't aggro heroes until they meet with a creep wave. So getting a nice amount of harass onto Bristleback already. When you're playing against Bristleback, you really need to pressure him early, because once he gets level 2, he becomes a lot harder to kill. Drow Ranger feeling the pressure from the Orb of Venom Ricky, but we'll be able to get out safely. Oh, top lane. There's a ping going on, but nothing too much happening. Ricky's gonna head back top now. But I don't know how much he's gonna do in this lane, because Bane, he will level, actually he let Nightmare at level 1, but he will eventually put points in Brain Sap and be able to trade with the Riki directly, and the Necrophos also with the Death Pulse will be able to trade with the Riki pretty effectively. So I feel like Riki should focus on the other lanes, maybe pressure this Oracle and Underlord a little bit more. We'll see what he's able to get done here. Riki is definitely the X factor in this draft right now, not a hero we see too often. Actually gonna body block the Bane! This is brilliant! Bane will eventually tango his way out, but I didn't even realize Riki had a some unit collision when it was invis. A lot of heroes get phasing when they're invis, but Riki apparently does not. So nice knowledge of the hero, showing that he's a dedicated Riki spammer with those Dota Plus relics. So first to bring up the last hit chart. Mid lane is pretty even. So far, Drow's a little bit ahead, has higher base damage than the sniper, but not as good at animation, so gonna see a little bit of a back and forth go there. Nice deny on the range creep from the sniper. And Ursa getting pretty low, has a salve. Shadow Shove is also pretty low, but he's completely out of regen. Gonna use the Clarity now to get a little bit more mana, but he really needs a salve to get back to a healthy state. A lot of damage coming out early. When Oracle hits level 3, it's going to get pretty scary for the Shadow Shaman in this lane. Just not a high HP pool here. 500 Magic Burst coming out at level 3. So excited to see some fireworks in this bot lane. An Arcane Rune spawns at the top rune, which is not going to be very helpful for either hero. It's going to be okay on the sniper, but Drow doesn't really need it at all. And Bristleback not being able to get too much in this lane. Bane is actually doing pretty well. Necrophos is actually also pretty decent against the Bristleback. You can always use the Death Pulse to trade with the Quills. And he's getting really low. He might go down here. Another Death Pulse comes out, and Ultra Magnus will get the kill with the Brain Sap. So this Bristleback already having a pretty tough lane, and it's very important for Bristleback to get off to a good start. He can really fall behind and then become not that useful. Hopefully see that second point in Bristleback. Riki's down bot now, realizing he's not going to be able to do too much in this top lane. He has an Arcane Rune with the Blink Strike, but it's still actually it's a 7-second cooldown at level 1, so should look to be aggressive on that Oracle. Oracle drops the Sentry, kind of maybe anticipating the Riki's rotation. No one's been seeing him on the map for a while, but now they know he's here. And they're going to head pretty far back. Looks like the wave is going to be able to push in, but Rasta gets the pull onto the creeps. Mid lane, the Drow's getting pressured pretty hard by this shrapnel spam. But once this creep wave pushes into the tower, she should be okay. That frost arrow spam onto the sniper. An early pointing gust actually, so maybe trying to keep the Riki away. Top lane, Bristleback gonna die again. Okay, yeah, he will eventually go down. So already a pretty rough start for this Bristleback. I thought he would have a much better lane, but clearly not. The Necrophos doing pretty well against him. Wow, that's kind of weird using the heal, the Purifying Flames onto the creep. It's Riki hasn't really achieved too much this game. Just kind of walking around looking for people to harass with Drow, playing super defensively. She doesn't even have a sentry in her lane and is able to defend herself pretty well by just with some good positioning. Riki has a haste now. We'll see what he decides to do with it. He sees Bane, but he just gets slept up. The 5-minute bounty runes are up, and all 4 go the way of Amazon FishingBoatV2. So already a pretty good start for them. It always feels bad when you lose all 4 of them. It's very tilting. But this game's still pretty close, less than 1k gold lead. Riki not going to still show himself again. He's still level 2, so no points in the smoke cloud yet. Bristleback in a little bit of trouble again. Still only has 1 point in the Bristleback. Hasn't been able to get his way to level 4 yet. He really needs this range creep, but they might just be able to zone him out. He takes another front on Death Pulse, which is pretty problematic. A sleep can come out from the Bane, but he's not even going to need it. So already a killing spree on the Bane. Off to a great start. He's he has boots now, which is pretty uncommon for a Bane. Oracle will go down in the meantime, so rotation from Riki will help them secure the kill. Looks like they just managed to walk up and get a shackle on him. I don't know. Oracle's a bit androgynous. Ricky gonna TP top now, but again, I'm still not really sure what he can do with this lane. He finally has a point available for Smoke Cloud. We'll see if he decides to get it. Gonna go for a Spirit Vessel first. Oracle will take down the Ursa. Gets completely bursts him down with the Purifying Flames coming. Actually, a lot of damage coming out of the Underlord as well. So Ursa taking that Firestorm spam harass.
Stealth makes health.
So maybe this laning phase going a lot better for Microsoft Bane and Mirana Ganks than I would have expected. But once the mid game rolls around, the Ursa gets a blink maybe. He's going, actually, yeah, this is the new thing on Ursa. You just go for phase drums and you're constantly at like 530 move speed. You don't need a blink anymore. Gonna help his team frontline because this Bristleback is struggling a lot. He keeps taking these death pulses to the front and not getting that damage reduction. Necrophos already level 5. He definitely spots that Ricky with the Observer Ward. And Bane's going to TP back in. So not going to be able to put on that aggression anymore. Bane goes for the Brain Sap on Ricky but cancels it. The sleep onto the Bristleback. The Necrophos is here now. Smoke Cloud comes out, but the Bristleback's going to go down to the Death Pulse. So another, oh, actually, he manages to make it out with the raindrops. Dust onto the Ricky. Ricky getting pretty low. One more hit. Won't be able to finish him off. Doesn't go down to the Necro Aura. Bane is on the chase, though. And the Dust is about to run out on the Ricky. So Bane in a lot of trouble right now. We'll see how he manages to get. He would just walk out. And Bristleback isn't there to help him. Ricky Blink strikes forward, but there's no Brain Sap on the Bane, so nice heads up play from the Ricky, checking the mana on the Bane, making sure he can't get a kill. They'll use the Shrine now to heal up. So Ursa falling a little bit behind the Necrophos, but Necrophos is a bit of a lane bully, so to be expected. Gonna have 3 bot from actually no, yeah, the Drought. She's whoa, what happened there? So blocked the shackles, blocked the Aether Shock with the raindrop, so nice pickup for the Drow. But then the shackles just like got cancelled straight away. It looks like it was manually cancelled by the Shadow Shaman. And this is the point of the game where Drow just heads into the jungle, silence onto the Shadow Shaman. Only 1 point in the Frost Arrow, so pretty hard to chase. But Shadow Shaman will just eventually TP out. And yeah, already 1 stack for the Drow Ranger on these Ancients. A lot of pings coming out at bot. Shadow Shaman TP'd back bot instead of back to base. I like this a lot. You know, sometimes you just double tap and then just TP back to base, but it's not always the most useful play. Gonna drop an Observer Ward right in front of the Sentry, so this might get taken down eventually. The Bristleback will go down again, so already 4 deaths on the Bristleback. This is getting pretty rough for him. He's gonna go for an early pipe, which makes a lot of sense for his team. Bane's got TP top now. There's still a lot of sentry coverage for the side of Microsoft Bane and Mirana Ganks, so this Ricky just hasn't been very effective this game. Overpower onto the Underlord, gets shackled, so it looks like he's gonna go down 1 more hit and he'll manage to take it out. But Ursa is in a lot of trouble now. Probably doesn't want to use the Purifying Flames, won't be able to secure the kill with it. So Ursa will be able to make it out by the skin of his teeth. He would have had a few hit points left with the Purifying Flames.
Structures are fortified.
So this Max Precision Aura coming out from the Drow Ranger, just looking to farm, not looking for any kills, so this Sniper will be able to just walk away. An early Dragon Lance on the Sniper, gotta go for a Maelstrom next. Not too much item progression on the Drow, just stacking up those Wraith Bands. So there's going to be 3 bounty runes going the way of Amazon Prime Courier. And the Bane's in a lot of trouble. Yeah, he will go down to the Quill Spray eventually. So finally getting some kills in this top lane for the side of Amazon Prime Courier. The Bristleback is now level 6, so he's going to get pretty scary. No Shrine for them to use. Though. Sniper, he already took the mid tower. This Drow just went to the jungle, so Sniper was able to take the mid tower in her absence. And no one on the side of Bane and Mirana Ganks can really lane against the Sniper by themselves, especially because Sniper is already level 9 against this level 8 Drow, and way higher level than everyone else on the enemy team. So gonna be pretty hard to lane against the sniper by himself, but now he is gonna back off to the jungle. Has his Dragonlance complete, so we'll see if he looks to fight with that. But should probably just focus on farming, get that Maelstrom for that the lightning procs. Ricky, he's still level 4. Gonna hopefully get level 5. Stealing the experience away from the Drow. This is something else that's like a really cool way to counter the Drow. Probably knows where the sentry is. They don't see him at least. He gets pinged out by his ally, I assume. 3 bot already. Sniper's headed bot. He's gonna look to take this tower. There's a siege creep here, but they have to make sure it doesn't walk into the tower and die. So I think this is a bit of a mistake. They should have kept that range creep alive for as long as possible, so the next creep wave can protect the siege creep. So a little bit of a mistake coming out of Prime Courier. They could have gotten a lot more damage onto this tower. But the Firestone will clear out the creep wave pretty quickly as well. This Necrophos feeling on top of the world. No one is even going to try and challenge him in lane. They have to bring 3 or 4 heroes to kill this Necrophos right now. And he's going to go straight for a Radiance. This is the position 1 Necro. So going to go all out on that damage. And I like this a lot. He's already got the Underlord to buy aura items for him. So he doesn't need to be the one to buy it. Ricky just stealing experience the whole time, managed to get halfway through level 5 just by sitting here next to the Drow Ranger. If Drow notices that she's not getting as much experience as normal, then might know that the Ricky's here, but otherwise just gonna stay here. And this Ricky is in point blank range of the Drow Ranger, so she should notice that she's not getting any marksmanship procs and the Ricky is here, but not paying too much attention. She should have taken this creep wave a lot earlier, so should have noticed that the Ricky's there. Bane just gonna mess with his bristleback a little bit. Has level 6 now, so he can go for a Fiend's Grip. Ricky's just stalking the Drow now. Gonna slow down her farm speed by standing next to her to make sure she can't get any marksmanship stacks. This is pretty cool. This is a pretty cool counter to Drow. The Ricky's not gonna be able to achieve much else. He's almost level 6, so once he gets it, he might be able to just use the tricks of the trade to finish off the Drow. Drow won't have any way to defend herself. And it's a pretty slow hero, so gonna see Ricky stalk this Drow a little bit longer. This is so cool. Gonna take a few more hits. Separate Wars onto the bot tower. They will take it out. The sniper can chip it away as well. Underlord tries to go for the deny, but he's not gonna get it. And now the Ricky's level 6. They can go for this kill. There's a ward to spot them out. So we'll see the Shadow Shaman rotate. Meanwhile, top lane, the Bristleback in a lot of trouble. Will go down to the Bane. All that bonus attack speed makes him hit like a machine. Meanwhile, the sniper TP's in, isn't able to start the assassinate early enough. So the Bane will be able to TP out. Ricky's still chasing this Drow Ranger, slowing down her farm significantly by making sure she can't get those marksmanship hits in. Double damage on the Shadow Shaman. Probably not the most effective rune on him. They ping out this high ground ward. And meanwhile, the Ursa, he actually went back for a Midas. Feeling like this game's going to go a little bit long. And I kind of feel the same way. But they do have this Death Ball lineup from the side of Team Microsoft. But slowing down the Drow significantly with this Ricky play. And I would say it's pretty worth it for the Ricky, honestly. He's getting a lot of experience still. And experience is really important on Ricky, more than items. Shadow Shaman finally going to be able to de-ward this one. Oh, that was a fresh ward. They replanted it as well. So Sniper, just a javelin away from his Maelstrom. He's pretty jacked up as well. And with this Ricky slowing down the Drow's farm, is the Sniper's managed to pull ahead pretty significantly. Almost catching up to the Necrophos now. Going to be 2 for 2 bounty runes at the 15-minute mark. Yo, this Ricky, this is like the real hidden strat. And the sentry is gone from this dire triangle area. But I don't think Ricky knows about it. It's pretty unlikely that he would. But still standing next to the Drow Ranger. Bane gonna walk up into 3 heroes by himself. We'll see if he ends up in any trouble. Bane's a pretty fast hero. Gonna try and take out the Serpent wards. But now he's in a lot of trouble. Gonna go down. Gets assassinated. And the Bristleback's just gonna run at him. He can always Nightmare himself. But gonna go down to the cool sprays before Nightmare goes off cooldown. And the drum's almost done on the Ursa. I think he has the gold for it now. Yo, this Ricky is slowing down the Drow so much. The Drow is level 10, whereas the Sniper, I believe, is level 11. Ursa, yeah, he's completely surrounded. Gonna go down here. He tries to TP out. There's nothing to cancel it, but he gets burst down by the Purifying Flames. So, almost worked out for him. If he TP'd out during the rage, he would have made it out. Stealing the Invis rune with the Ricky was pretty cheeky. The Bane and Mirana Ganks, they've pinged the Sniper. There's no vision for the side of Team Amazon Prime Courier, so he gets slept up. The long duration Fortunes and the Fiend's Grip as well, and the Sniper will go down. A very easy pick off for the side of Bane and Mirana Ganks. No wards from the side of Amazon FishingBoatV2 to spot out this rotation. They didn't even need a smoke for it. Actually, why is there's only one ward? So where are all the wards from the side of this? Shadow Shaman has 2 in the courier. And looks like the Death Ball has started. They're gonna group up. They got the headdress on the Underlord for the extra region. Also a Force Staff to help them get out of the smoke cloud. I like this a lot by the Underlord. Gonna kill this Shadow Shaman pretty easily. Yeah, this Force Staff is brilliant. It just makes sure that Ricky won't be able to get kills onto this Oracle in the backline. And Ricky is nowhere near a Diffusal Blade. Actually gonna go for a Spirit Vessel instead, as I mentioned earlier, just to prevent this Necrophos from being able to heal up. And Necro has a Radiance now, so the Death Ball has gone into full gear. Also going for his own Force Star. We'll see if Drought Ranger, yeah, she's looking to finish a Hurricane Pike. Ursa gets slept for quite a while, but we'll make it out, no problems there. The Ricky, there's no detection for the Ricky. Yeah, there is a dust. We'll see if they're able to get it. The Oracle is forced to False Promise herself, and it looks like a big team fight's gonna brew here. Nice smoke cloud onto the front line to prevent Oracle and Bane from casting anything, but there's no damage coming out. The Shrine's already used, so the Bristleback will go down. The Ursa just melts to the Radiance as well. An ultra kill for the Necrophos already, and he's gonna go for a Rampage. The Sniper's in so much trouble, gonna melt down to the Radiance, and a Rampage for the Necrophos.
Driven mercilessly into the ground.
Jeez, this the side of this Death Ball, it's pretty strong. These Force Staff to help them get out of the smoke cloud as well is a pretty smart idea. Ricky and Bristleback just not being able to achieve what they were drafted for, and I feel like, yeah, dude, Amazon Prime FishingBoatV2, they're in a lot of trouble now. 6k gold ahead. I'm not really sure where the net worth chart and the XP chart are gone. They're not here on live games for some reason, so it's a little bit confusing. I'm not really sure what's going on here. But I would assume they're like very far ahead on experience after that fight. Necrophos with a Rampage. He's got a Force Staff as well, so not going to be able to get caught out by this Ricky anymore. Some great itemization coming out of Microsoft, Bane, and Mirana Ganks. All these team names sound the same now. And Aether Lens already done on the Oracle, so gonna basically get all those changes back from False Promise. The False Promise nerfs. Long range, Fortune's End, gonna come out on the Sniper. Will he get Reaper's Scythe? They're not even gonna use the Reaper's Scythe for him. They don't think it's important enough. Already used the Fiend's Grip. The Shadow Shaman gonna go down as well. And they're just running down this Bristleback. They don't have a care in the world. Gonna Reaper's Scythe him now? No, don't even need it. The DD on the Drow does so much damage. And now gonna push this T2 tower down. There's three down on the side of FishingBoatV2. And they can just go for the high ground now. Sniper is still down for 20 seconds. And Bristleback down for 29. Looks like they're going to back out, play it safe, go for the bounty runes, and maybe look to grab Roast. There's still 2 towers in the bot lane that are pretty free to take for them. So Necrophos will grab the top runes and rotate bot, grab the rest of the towers. So great moves from the side of Bane and Mirana Ganks. The Hurricane Pike almost done on the Drought Ranger as well. Finished up the Force Staff, which is really the important part. And yeah, I mean, FishingBoatV2 approaching yikes territory, I would say. They don't have a whole lot of team fight to get them back into this game to split up this death ball, and the only main team fight they have is this Ricky, who hasn't been very effective. They see the Necrophos. Can they take him out? Hex onto the Necrophos. He's gonna get shackled and taken out. So a nice kill for the side of the Ursa. Has a blink dagger as well with the Midas. So skip the phase, skip the drums completely. Gotta go for a BKB now. Makes a lot of sense. They need to just be able to fight uncontested. Unfortunately, there's still the Fiend's grip on the Bane, and he's almost got an 8th lance. Just the Void Stone away now. Actually went for a Tranquil Boost, which is something we don't see too often on Bane.
What's the green room do again?
Bristleback gonna go back for the Greaves now, but it's gonna be a long time before he gets that. But should help his survivability. I kind of wish he would go for a pipe first. They kind of need that. There's a lot of magic damage just from the Necrophos alone. Just be able to like cancel out that radiance for about 8 seconds would be nice. Microsoft, Bane, and Mirana Ganks, they're picking the Roche. They want to go for it. Don't have any wards right now, so it's a little bit risky, but at the same time there's not much team fight from the side of FishingBoatV2, and nice vision coming out from Microsoft, Bane, and Mirana Ganks. Which one is it? This one. They see so much of the map right now. Just they can see all of FishingBoatV2's rotations. Sniper gonna go for his own Hurricane Pike. Makes a lot of sense. He just needs to be able to reposition himself to get a better angle to just wail into the enemy team. But now this Underlord, he's almost got Greaves, and the side of FishingBoatV2, a 4-star forward aggressively into the Pit of Malice will finish off the Shadow Shaman with a Fortune's End. And they can go for Roche if they want to now. And Guardian Greaves is now done on the Underlord. The side of Bane and Mirana Ganks are going to be really hard to take down now. Gonna probably see the Aegis on the Drow Ranger so she can siege the tower by herself. A scan will come out from FishingBoatV2 indicating that the Roche is being taken, but Ursa doesn't look like he's interested in contesting, so they're gonna give this one away for free. Ursa's not a very fast pusher, so won't be able to trade the tower here, unfortunately. Unless, yeah, looks like they're all gonna come back. Ursa blinks out. Almost with a BKB now, but I just don't think it's going to be enough. The Guardian Greaves is going to cause so many problems for the Ursa. Gonna not be able to secure those kills where he expects them to. The bonus 15 armor on low HP is really nice, and the burst heal as well is great. Meanwhile, the Bristleback, he is way poorer than the Underlord. Isn't able to farm as fast because he doesn't have Firestorm. Also had a pretty rough lane, so gonna be at least another 2,000 gold away from the Guardian Greaves. Sniper does have money for the 4-star if he wants to buy it now. Could be pretty useful. Ursa uses the shrine by himself. Bane he sees the Ursa now. It looks like he's gonna run in for a long range Fiend's Grip. Has the level 10 cast range talent and the 8th lens now, so he should just go for the Fiend's Grip now. Or he can even go for a sleep if he wants to, but not gonna go for it yet. Ursa blinks in now. They can definitely go for this if they want to, but there's no DPS yet from the side of Bane and Mirana Ganks. The Drow and the Necrophos are pretty far away, so the Enrage before the Fiend's Grip will help reduce a lot of the damage, but the Ursa will still go down to the burst from the Oracle and the Firestorm. Percentage damage from the Firestorm doing a lot of work there. The Bane actually did a lot of damage as well. So 25-minute bounty rune spawning, but Bane and Mirana Ganks, they're looking to march down the bot lane. They've still got this Aegis and this Necrophos. Actually, they put the Aegis on Necrophos. He's got a BKB now as well. He's going to be impossible to take down. They need to attack him for so long. Looks like Sniper going to go for the Underlord first. Make sure, get that healer out of the way. And they actually do a lot of damage to him. So, pretty decent so far. They've taken a pretty big chunk of this tower away. Bristleback gets silenced, but his back is facing the enemy team. Gets Reaper Sight. The Necrophos might go down. The Aegis is finally down. The Serpent Wards to defend, but the Drow will just end up farming them. And now the Necrophos, he 4-stuffs out. Gets assassinated, but won't go down. So a pretty decent defense so far from the side of FishingBoatV2. They do lose the Bristlebacks to the Reaper Scythe, but take out the Aegis, so pretty decent trade for them. But now Sniper, he's only got one shrapnel charge left, so this is going to look pretty rough. They're going to get this tower now on the side of Bane and Mirana Ganks. They're not going to be able to save that one, and they can back out if they want to. And it looks like that's going to be the case. And they can go for the shrines now, just look to farm up a bit, get these 2 bounty runes at bot, and I don't think the side of FishingBoatV2 are going to be able to chase them here. Actually, it looks like they're Bane and Mirana Ganks, they want to keep fighting here. Yep, looks like the signal is to go. A long-range Fate's Edict on the Sniper will disarm him for 6 seconds. So very 4.5 seconds, a very long disarm duration, and this cast range is humongous. The Sniper is going to have a lot of trouble dealing with this Oracle. Probably needs to get a BKB before the next fight starts, but he's quite a while away from it. The BKB was used by the Ursa. That was a 10-second BKB and achieved literally nothing. You hate to see that happen. Drow using her aura to push these waves in. So just feeling the oppression from the side of Bane and Mirana Ganks.
Coin for me.
Underlord TP top. He's going to go for an ATOS next, just trying to get a little bit more lockdown at his team, which is... Team is very sorely lacking. The Pit of Malice has a pretty long cooldown. A very long range Fortune's End will eventually hit the Underlord. That was kind of clowny. And a Silver Edge now being built on the Drow, just to get rid of that passive from the Bristleback. Ursa revealing himself. The Bane, he blinks out, but the Bane's here now. He can sleep the Ursa, but he's here, so he can cancel the Fiend's Grip if Bane decides to go for it. Bane goes for the Fiend's Grip, gonna get silenced pretty quickly. The Tricks of the Trade comes out. The Underlord's pretty tanky though. BKB comes out from the Ursa, but can they get this Underlord tight? They do manage to take him out before he's able to Dark Rift out. So the Bane also in a lot of trouble, but now Sniper on the back line, getting hit a lot from the Drow Ranger, and will go down to the Purifying Flames. The Shadow Shaman goes down as well. The Bane finally goes down. He fought so much time. Reaper's Scythe onto the Ursa will take him out as well. So 95 seconds on the sideline. A triple kill for THC on the Oracle. Going for a Dagon next. Feeling very confident about this game. Does Oracle have a cast range? He does have a cast range talent. Yo, this Fate's Edict range is huge. That's like the Sniper's attack range. 800 plus the 150 and the 250 from Aetherland. So a 1200 cast range, Fortune's End, and Sniper only has 1100 range. So as soon as the Sniper's in range, the Oracle can just disarm him. And it's going to be a huge problem for the Sniper for a long time until he gets BKB. Bane and Mirana Ganks gonna play it safe, wait for the next Roshan, makes a lot of sense, just unless they can find another pick off. The Ursa is down for a very long time, so if they can force the buyback, that'd be pretty cool, but looks like they want to play it safe against FishingBoatV2. Bristleback still feels so far away from his Guardian Greaves. He has the mech done, so he could go for the Guardian Greaves now, but has the pipe queued up, feeling like it might be a little bit more important for his team. Shadow Shaman giving up on the dreams of getting a Blink Dagger, but the Aether Lens first makes a lot more sense. Disassembles the Mana Boot, so we'll have a completed Aether Lens now. We've been seeing this one a lot more often, just because the components have a nicer build up. You really need that mana regen on the Shadow Shaman because his spells are pretty mana intensive. If you want to stay on the map, the mana regen's pretty nice. A Nullifier gonna come out on the Ursa. It looks like unless Shadow Shaman decides to TP top, they actually took this shrine already, so it's pretty scary for them to go for these top runes. There's nowhere to TP to. Ursa gonna reveal himself in these creep waves, and this is pretty scary for the Ursa. Alright, he just blinks into the trees and TP's out. Well, it doesn't TP out yet. I guess there's nothing to stop a BKB. Actually, there's Fiend's Grip and Reaper's Scythe. He's gonna TP out now. The Force Staffs won't be able to reveal him. Who just barely get out. That's pretty butt clenchy. Aghanim Scepter queued up for the Necrophist. He has the money for it now if he wants to get it. Gotta have that 40-second Scepter cooldown. Pretty big talent for him. Underlord also has an ATOS stun if he wants to buy it now. Silver Edge coming out on the Drow Ranger now. Oracle gonna go down to the Ursa, so that's a nice pick off. Maybe they can look to smoke and try and engage now while the Oracle is down. Oracle is pretty nice. Getting rid of Oracle is pretty nice because now they don't have the saves anymore. But this Necroface is still going to be super scary to go up against. He's got 2.1k HP and got that Radiance mischance as well. Going to be pretty hard to take down with a BKB. Manta style now next on the Drought Ranger, stacking up those stats. She hits hard. 224 base damage plus the occasional 120 damage from the marksmanship. And I mean, they're farming in plain sight of the dire wards. Nice observer ward here, just barely out of range of this cliff one. Roche is not quite up yet. Roche is up in 2 minutes. Alright, dual 4-star forwards. The Ursa's gonna TP out. There's no... Oh, he misses the Fiend's Grip, doesn't go for it straight away, so Ursa will be able to get away. That would have been a complete disaster if the Ursa went down there, so... thinking his lucky stars there, Bane didn't go for the Fiend's Grip straight away. I'm not sure what he was waiting for because the Drow definitely had vision of him. The Roche is still a minute and a half away.
Is being attacked.
We're gonna see Microsoft just stay here and try and secure the Roche area. Oh, camera did some funky shit there.
Taking damage.
Bracer coming out of the Shadow Shaman, just wanting to stay alive for a little bit longer. And now the Dagon is done on the Oracle. Gonna go for an Aeon Disc now. I like this a lot. Just being able to save himself. Gonna try not to force the use the false promise on himself, but has the opportunity to if he needs to. All the time with the Aeon Disc. And that long range ward drop across the trees as well. Bane gonna go for his own 4-stuff. Looks like he has got it complete. So another way to get rid of this pesky Ricky. Ricky has got a Spirit Vessel now and on his way to a Lotus Orb. Not really sure how that's gonna work. I don't know if Lotus Orb with the Reaper Scythe you like cast it before the stun, and I'm pretty sure you have to cast it before the Reaper Scythe comes out, like the stun part of the Reaper Scythe comes out. It's going to be pretty hard to get a good Lotus Orb usage out of that. But maybe hoping to keep his team alive. Nullifier is almost done on the Ursa if he wants to go for it, but not going to have buyback, and buyback seems like it'd be pretty critical right now. Roche is up. Necroface spots it. Don't think that the side of FishingBoatV2 can contest yet. Shadow Shaman does have a smoke for this, but they really need to find a pick-off on the Oracle or the Bane. Preferably the Oracle, but Bane just as critical of a target with that Fiend's Grip, just Fiend's Gripping the Ursa during BKB. They ping out the top lane, maybe looking to do a wraparound, but they can just TP out if they sense danger.
I'll take that.
35-minute bounty runes coming up. We'll see if Ursa decides to be a bit greedy here. Gonna BKB, so he's down to 6 seconds now, which is a little bit problematic for him, but a bit worried about someone catching him out, so a safety BKB there. He would have gotten out fine without it, but gotta play it safe sometimes. They put a scan at top, and it ends up just hitting the Ricky, but they don't know the Ricky's here. So maybe thinking that the Ursa's still here, the Morris wasting a lot of time up in this area, but finally gotta give up the hunt. Meanwhile, the rest of his team, into the Roche Pit they go. The Drow's almost there. We're gonna sit outside of the Roche Pit. She's a big part of their damage, so she needs to go in. But seems like they're worried. They lost all their vision in this the Radiant Shrine area. But it doesn't seem like FishingBoatV2 know that this Roche is happening either. This is a pretty slow Roche without the Drow. Okay, seems like Drow's walked in now. I'm not sure what changed, but now this Roche is going down super fast. Spamming those frost arrows against the Roche. Bit of a waste of mana. Cheese now on the Drow Ranger. Aegis again on the Necrophos. Finally has Axe complete. Gotta go for a Hex now. Halfway there. And meanwhile, the Greaves is now done on the Bristleback. Gotta go back for a Halberd now. He also finished a Blade Mail, which I'm not really sure when he finished that. But it'll be pretty nice against the Drow Ranger. Unfortunately, Blade Mail doesn't work against Reaper Scythe. That'd be a nice change. Just the Reaper Scythe feels a little bit bullshit. So we'll see how Microsoft look to do this, which there's no tower in the bot lane, so maybe looking to push this one in, just because it's a little bit easier. You've also got this section, so if you push when you push the mid lane, you got to worry about flanks from both sides, but now you don't have to worry about flanks from here. So bot lane definitely a lot easier to push. We'll see how they look to do it. Ursa gonna go pick up his Nullify. He bought a Radiance? Wow, this is crazy. I'm not really sure what's going on here. We've never seen a Radiance on Ursa before. What would it be for though? It's not like there's any blinks on the side of Bane and Mirana Ganks to cancel. The Bristleback is in a lot of trouble. He will Blade Mail to scare off the Drow a little bit. So Drow wasted her Silver Edge. The Blade Mail and Silver Edge cooldown is around the same. So Bristleback will have it up again when the Blade Mail is Silver Edge is back up. This is pretty tense. So Bristleback just standing out in front and tanking for his team, trying to bait them in pretty aggressively. And the Sniper on the backline, he has a Crystallis now. The Fiend's Grip onto the Bristleback, but not going to do enough damage to kill him. And I mean, Bristleback's pretty tanky right now with that Greaves and the Hood. The Sniper, he can send out the Courier to get his Daedalus if he wants to. It'd be pretty clutch in this situation. But kind of worried about dying, wants to save a buyback, so playing it safe. Looks like Microsoft, they're gonna back out. They're 20k ahead right now, so and they should know that they're like pretty far ahead. They've been controlling the map the whole time. I guess this Bristleback's been pretty hard to push into.
Infection surges.
I wonder what that voice line was. Manta style now done on the Drow Ranger. I don't know how much Manta is gonna help. It doesn't like get rid of anything. Underlord gonna go for a Crimson Guard now. Makes a lot of sense against the Riki, who is basically gonna reduce Ricky's ulti to 0 damage. Probably maybe not that much. It's gonna at least halve it. Bristleback. A little bit of trouble, gets slept up. He's pretty far out of position, so Bane and Mirana Ganks will be able to get this kill, it looks like. Bristleback in a lot of trouble. Gets pummeled into and will go down so quickly. He's 70 seconds without buyback. This is pretty problematic for the side of FishingBoatV2. They've been relying on this Bristleback to frontline for them, but gets caught out by the by the sleep, and then Silver Edged and taken out. Sniper will try and chip away at this, but Drow can just outrange the tower, shoot from the low ground. They can take this tower pretty easily. The Rax is going to be the tricky part for them, because now the Drow has to step forward and put herself in a bit of danger. She still has the cheese. They still have the Aegis on the Necrophos. I didn't spot the timing, but I feel like it's going to run out pretty soon. Nice long range hex onto the Necrophos, and Sniper just doing his best to try and hold them back until the Bristleback comes out. Bristleback's up in 24 seconds. I'd really like to see this Daedalus picked up. I don't think Sniper, like if Sniper gets killed, it's probably because the rest of his team is dead. He can stand from so far behind that it should be pretty safe. A DD in the bot rune gonna be taken by the Drow Ranger.
The wages of fear.
Oracle gonna go back for a force stuff now, realizing that this game is gonna go the distance, and time not to go for a clowny build like Dagon. 4 bounty runes again going the way of Team Microsoft, Bane and Mirana, Ganks, extending their lead a little bit. They do have the damage for the sniper though. Gonna be kind of tricky. The Bane, a little bit of trouble. Gets Earth shocked again. Sniper's gonna take him out. Oh, but the Oracle ulti gonna come out and forces the BKB by the Ursa. Ursa only has a few seconds left on the BKB. He's down to the 5-second BKB. Gonna go for an Axe next so he can enrage out of the Fiend's Grip and the Reaper's Scythe. I like. Can he reach? No, he can't rage out of the Reaper's Scythe, but he can definitely rage out of the Fiend's Grip. I like this a lot. Just being able to. Bane's been just targeting the Ursa, so we'll be able to get rid of that Fiend's Grip. Halberd, it's just the Talisman of Evasion away from Bristleback. It'd be pretty nice when he gets it, but he needs to save for buyback. He went down for 70 seconds to that last time, and it wasn't even a Reaper's Scythe. His respawn times are getting pretty long. Sniper, I feel like he should go for that headshot talent. I don't think the Assassinate talent's going to help too much this game. Bristleback getting caught out again. He's in a lot of trouble. We'll try and TP out, but gets a tossed. No, he'll be able to make it out. Bane didn't cast and sleep either. So getting out by the skin of his teeth again. Almost level 20 as well. Not really sure what he's going to go for. I feel like maybe the health regen would be nice, but doesn't really help that much. It's all this burst damage. Shadow Shaman being a bit cheeky, cutting the wave a little bit. Ursa took the enraged duration. Makes a lot of sense. He's also going for an Ag, so will benefit him a lot there. Picks up the point booster. Still about 1.3k gold away before having buyback and the Ags. See if he opts to go straight for the Ags. I don't think this is the kind of game where you skip buyback, unfortunately. So Sniper should have his Daedalus with buyback now. This is pretty important for him. A big damage spike for the Sniper. Actually gonna go for the Assassinate cooldown. Being able to cancel TPs a little bit more effectively is nice. But I think the headshot talent would be pretty useful here just to keep people away from the Sniper. Gonna go for the Maelstrom now, Mjolnir now to get that bonus attack speed. Maybe put it on the Bristleback as well, so he can, you know, just deal some damage back while tanking for his team. Ag's now done on the Ursa, but he doesn't have buyback in 500 gold. Shadow Shaman gonna go for a Glimmer Cape. He also doesn't have buyback, which is pretty problematic. Blink now on the Underlord. This is an item we don't see too often on the Underlord. Probably feeling like his team is missing a bit of initiation. The Blink Pit of Malice, it's okay as like an initiation tool. It's just sets up a zone to be really annoying to deal with. Oh, Bristleback went for the Belt of Strength first instead of the Ogre Club. That's kind of odd. Well, Aegis is Roche is up in a minute and a half. Gonna look to go for that one, I guess. Butterfly almost done on the Drow Ranger. She can pick it up now if she wants to. Won't have buyback. And I'm excited to see this 50% cooldown reduction on the Drow Ranger. Just that Silver Edge, Meta Style, and Hurricane Pike, all with completely reduced cooldowns. Top lane, the Bane sleeping the Bristleback. The Bristleback's gonna get caught out again, and he does have buyback this time though, so should be okay. Gets Fiend's Gripped, and looks like he'll get the silence from the Necrophos. He's still being Fiend's Gripped. That was such a long Fiend's Grip with the level 4 and Feeble. Meanwhile, the Ursa getting caught out here. He doesn't have BKB anymore, and he will go down. He does have buyback now, so was able to farm up the gold for buyback, and now FishingBoatV2, they're in a lot of trouble. Bane can go for another sleep onto the Shadow Shaman. The Shadow Shaman's going to go down as well, and he doesn't have buyback. Nice. Sniper will take off the sleep from the Shadow Shaman, so we'll be able to get away. Buyback is forced from the Ursa. Bristleback is going to have to buy back as well if they want to look to defend this. Bristleback finally buys back. and gonna TP directly into the front lines, and it looks like Microsoft will sound the retreat. Gonna pick up the bounty runes again. 31k gold lead now, but I kind of still feel like this could be anyone's game. The sniper definitely deals enough damage to just take out the enemy team. If only his team could stay alive long enough. Another long duration sleep for the Bristleback. Bristleback's in so much trouble. They have to fight here now. A break onto the Bristleback, and he's gonna die back. 100 seconds on the sidelines. They should have just rebooted him for that extra respawn timer. And now FishingBoatV2 are in a lot of trouble. They don't have the creep wave right now. It's been taken out pretty quickly by the sniper. Hopefully he can get to level 25 soon for that 6 shrapnel charges. That would be pretty nice for him. Just always having shrapnels up. And looks like... Alright, here we go. Hex onto the Necrophos. Sniper, he doesn't have the attack speed to really dish out the hurt yet. Butterfly now done on the Dry Ranger, and MKB just feels like a pipe dream for Sniper now. So gonna be pretty hard to take out this Dry Ranger, but if they can catch her, they can still kill her. She's not that tanky, even with I guess she is kind of tanky, but she's not very mobile, so if they do catch up to her, she won't be able to get away. Nice silence spam. The Ursa gonna have to be forced to BKB. It takes no damage from the Reaper Scythe at least, so we'll be able to make it out. Now the 60 seconds on the BKB. Sniper can't defend everywhere at once, unfortunately, so it's gonna be pretty tough. Maybe Microsoft should look to head back and grab the Roche now. Bristleback is almost up, so this strategy where they put the Bristleback in front can almost work again. Almost taking out this range racks by the Dry Ranger. They've got to push out both lanes. Atos onto the Ursa, but he rages it off. This fight isn't even going to fit on both streams. They took out the range racks with the Necrophos. And Shackles onto the Dry Ranger illusion. This Necro's just hitting the racks now. Serpent Ward's dropped down in defense, but the Necrophos manages to force stuff out of there. Actually has a full Hurricane Pike completed for that little bit of extra deeps, but not really that cost efficient. Probably should have just gone for the Hex instead. And yeah, the Enrage gonna come out and cancel the feed script by the Bane. So Bane not quite expecting that, I would assume. But now he knows. 4-star forward by the Bristleback, and Bristleback's gonna die again!
But ownage is underway.
No. Alright, now they gotta defend another 80 seconds without the Bristleback. Necrophos just pummeling away at the range racks. They will take it out. The Bane getting pretty low, gets false promise. The Shackles onto the Necrophos. The Necrophos is gonna die! He doesn't have the Aegis. Now the Sniper wailing away at the enemy team, but the Ursa's down as well with no buyback. Ricky goes down, has buyback, but he's not able to take the team. And now there's no frontliners for this Sniper. Sniper's gonna be in a lot of trouble. An aggressive 4-star forward, but is able to hurricane himself back to the backwards. The Face Edict will be able to save the Bane from the assassinate, but Underlord, he's getting pretty low. So it looks like they're going to be able to hold this off. Sniper dealing just enough damage. He has money for a Maelstrom plus buyback now, and his damage output is going to soar once he gets this Mjolnir. Yeah, this smoke cloud being a pretty big nuisance actually. No BKBs on the side of Team Microsoft. Classic 3k strategy, but feeling like they don't really need it. Another Enfeeble onto the Sniper, slows down his attack speed by a lot. They finally take this mid-racks, they've been eyeing it for so long. And Microsoft finally got to sound the retreat. Bristleback is back up, and they still don't have Necrophos. They're going to take the Roche. We'll see if FishingBoatV2 are going to look to try and contest this one. It's going to be pretty hard with them, but they do have the Bristleback to frontline, and Necrophos is still down for 20 seconds. But they don't have a Shrine to TP to, so even if the Ursa respawns in 35 seconds, he won't be able to get into the fight straight away. And it's going to be another pretty free Roche for the side of Microsoft, Bane and Mirana Ganks. Not too many good refresher carriers in this game. Looks like they're going to give it to the Oracles for the double false promise. A Divine Rapier completed for the sniper, realizing his team just needs him to pump out that damage. I like this decision a lot. The balls of steel on this sniper. Still needs a lot of attack speed. He might as well just buy out the Mjolnir at this point, because if he dies, he drops his Divine Rapier, and the buyback's going to be pretty useless anyway. So it should just go all in on the money on this one, but it doesn't look like they're going to have a way to get to the secret shop. They need to send their courier to the enemy secret shop if they're going to be able to get any more items on the sniper. But he's got to hide this Divine Rapier as well. But unfortunately, he's the only D-push on his team. So going to reveal that he's a Divine Rapier now. And we'll see how Microsoft looks to respond. Cheese on the Necroface. Makes a lot more sense because the cheese with the Ghost Shroud is pretty effective. He probably doesn't need it. The big Earth Shock AoE gonna come out from the Ursa, so not going for the status resistance. I probably would have preferred to see the status resistance, but the Earth Shock AoE will help him clear the creep waves for his team. So now they can instantly clear the creep wave with the Earth Shock and Ether Shock. Drow just gonna take the tower. Actually, the Morris gets the tower. This is a pretty nutty game. It's still on a nice edge. This is a 39k gold swing, gold advantage for the side of Microsoft, but this is still anyone's game. Alright, Morris, he's in a lot of trouble, gets crit by the sniper. The sniper, he drops another shrapnel, it does so much damage. The BKB and a rage is forced out by the Bristleback though. Break onto the Bristleback will blade mail to try and push them back. I think the sniper should definitely go and send the courier to the enemy secret shop so he can pick up his Mjolnir. Just needs that extra attack speed. Bane with the Enfeeble, reducing his attack speed by 125, which is pretty big. So the Mjolnir won't completely make up for it, but will make up a big chunk of the gap. Gets another 1200 crit on the Underlord, taking so much damage. Underlord, he's get shackled, he's gonna get Nightmared and False Promise. They forced the False Promise. They do have another one with the Refresher Shard, but there's another one up in 45 seconds. That cooldown is really short for like such a high impact spell as well. Nice sniper, takes out the Observer Ward, gets Lotus Orb to cancel the Enfeeble. So Ricky finally has the Lotus Orb, gets Speed Script for the low ground, but instantly cancelled. Looks like the Bane has some cold feet about that, and we're gonna be for a while, it looks like. It doesn't seem like Microsoft is able to break the base. Drow gonna go for her own Hex, so has the 50% cooldown reduction talent. The Hex will be pretty effective there. Necrophos also has money for a haste Hex if he wants to buy it. Not quite enough for Hex and buyback. The Underlord getting Hexed, and they'll shackle the Drow illusion. The Bane gets False Promise, so he won't get taken out. The sniper deals so much damage. And this is the problem we talked about in the draft. They don't have any catch from the sniper. So the last pick sniper really paying off here. Oracle with a Dagon 5, just trying to burst down the sniper from long range. Maybe if sniper goes for Skadi, that'd be pretty cool as well. Just being able to slow down the enemy team a little bit would be nice. They've got a lot of force staffs, but you can still run them down with afterwards. So Abyssal next for the Ursa. The creeps are coming at bot lane. Someone needs to go to defend this. There's a huge creep wave there. Looks like Ursa's gonna go. He notices that they're all coming. Won't be able to get this range tracks. But now that Ursa's at bot, it looks like Microsoft, they think this is their time to go in. But Bristleback will be able to tank for his team. Gotta go for an Aeon disc now. Would be nice to actually, can you break? I don't know if you can purge the break with Aeon disc, but it would just be nice to keep him alive for a little bit longer. He won't be able to get insta-killed anymore. A sleep onto the Ursa, but won't be able to get anything as a follow-up. The sniper should be approaching level 25 soon. He's level 24 now. They've been 5-manning for a really long time and haven't been able to get any kills out of it, so been pretty difficult to get any experience to. I'm sure the side of Microsoft there, they're all level 25. The Bane is now level 25. Not sure which talent he's going to pick up. 0.8 Heartstopper Aura, 50% cooldown reduction. Oracle with the False Promise duration and the False Promise invisibility, very obnoxious. And Firestorm building damage from the Underlord, so that's how he took out the
Maybe no one attacked.
tower earlier. I didn't even notice that. But just gonna drop the Firestorm on the towers. He's gonna be able to take out the range racks. Fiend's Grip onto the sniper in the back lines, but there's no follow-up damage. The Fiend's Grip is gonna be for a really long time. +7 second duration Fiend's Grip, plus the Enfeeble, but the sniper won't actually go down to it. There's no false promise anymore. An aggressive blink forward by the Necrophos. He gets shackled. He gets Fortune's End, and the Necrophos is going to go down and 3 hits. No, the false promise comes out with a refresher shard. So we'll be able to save the Necrophos. Drow in a little bit of trouble now. Walks in pretty aggressively, gets earth shocked, silenced as well. The sniper, he's back in the front lines, but isn't able to hit anyone. They do lose the range racks, but not the biggest loss. Meanwhile, the creeps take the bot racks. So now just this one Rex left before Mega Creeps, and it looks like they're going to be able to get it. Bristleback is going to go down. He has buyback, the Glyph to protect the range racks now, so they don't get Mega Creeps straight away, but they're in a lot of trouble. Ursa blinks forward aggressively, gets silence, still has the enrage, so not going to go down. And what a crazy turn of events. Sniper still hasn't been able to pick up any more items because he hasn't been able to leave the base in the last 10 minutes. Another Enfeeble on the Sniper. Ursa blinks forward aggressively onto the Bane. Another Enrage comes out. The Sniper, he's being stuck for so long with the Enfeeble as well, and it looks like they're almost going to take this range rack to the Firestorm damage. They're going to be able to take it out, and Mega Creeps finally on the side of Bane and Mirana Ganks. They had a very slow push. It's time to back out. They're gonna wait for the next Aegis to take it safe, and now Amazon FishingBoatV2, they're in so much trouble. It's gonna be really hard for them to push out against the the Mega Creeps. They finally are able to get the Courier to the secret shop, pick up a backup Divine Rapier and the Hyperstone to finish the Mjolnir. Meanwhile, Ursa also has a Blink to help him catch the enemy team a little bit. Can finally get rid of this Midas. But Sniper, he doesn't have buyback to use this backup rapier with. Maybe he's just gonna go straight for another rapier. Plus 784 damage on the Sniper. We're gonna see some big crits come out of this boy, and this is playing to win, baby. Bane almost has BKB, so won't be able to interrupt that Fiend's Grip anymore. They do have the Assassinate, which I believe goes through spell immunity, but doesn't say so in the tooltip, which is pretty obnoxious. But Underlord with that Firestorm building damage talent, is being able to take that range racks from afar, just siege it down. Aghanim Center almost done on the queued up for the Oracle. What does it even do? It like reduces the cooldown of Purifying Flames, right? Can't remember it doing anything useful. These 2100 crits coming out of the Sniper. So big crits. Another Enfeeble on the Ursa. Finally gets Lotus Orb to wake up. And the Mega Creeps are pushing in. The Bane will instantly get his Fiend's Grip cancelled. Dagon onto the Sniper. The Necro, he's in a lot of trouble. He's got to go down to a crit from the Sniper. He has buyback though. Blink forward from the Ursa again onto the Underlord. They're gonna look to chase this, but someone needs to defend the base. Underlord gonna TP out, not gonna be able to take him out in time. That get out of jail free card. They need to take out this Underlord within 4 seconds, which is so hard. They definitely have the damage with the Sniper to get this done. Underlord only has 2900 HP, and Sniper crits for 2100. So 2100, and then you, I guess divide it by 0.4, so yeah, it's gonna be a while. Drow still doesn't have a BKB yet. Doesn't really feel like she needs it. They're in a pretty commanding position, so even if they get team wiped, they can all buy back and then continue with the pressure. So I would say the win probability for Bane and Mirana Ganks is close to 100, but it's not quite 100. Definitely FishingBoatV2 still have a chance. The rookie hasn't been able to get anything all game long, unfortunately. Finally with a 700 Blink Strike cast range. I don't know how much that's going to help. see. Bristleback, not quite level 25 yet. Probably going to go for that spell lifesteal talent. And yeah, the Mega Creeps, they come. Another really long duration sleep on the Ursa, but will get dispelled by the Lotus Orb. Ultra Magnet is just spamming those spells out there. That ridiculous cast range, the cast range on this Fiend's Grip, pretty obscene. Enrage, gonna come out on the Ursa. He's forced to BKB, so the defensive options from the Ursa a bit gone now for a little bit. If I was Microsoft, I'd probably look to take another Aegis. It's up now. The double false promise did a lot of work. They were able to protect one of their allies. Shadow Shaman getting really low. Another Enrage from the Ursa. Is he gonna be able to make it out? Enrage is running out soon, and now it's completely out. He's gonna go down. Drow Ranger is godlike. There's a buyback on the Ursa. He will buy back straight away. Ward's getting taken out by the Drow Ranger illusions. Always feels pretty bad. The Shadow Blade forward from the Drow Ranger gets the gust onto the Ursa. Won't be able to enrage, but he'll be okay. He still has the enrage. No BKB for 17 seconds. Meanwhile, the creeps are taking the T4 tower, so the throne is now exposed. The win condition is revealed, and now they can spam it down with the Firestorm. Firestorms. And the throne, it heals a little bit, but very slowly. Not looking to take the next Aegis, feeling like they don't need it. It doesn't really contribute too much to their team. But they can definitely play a lot more aggressive with the Aegis. And maybe just run the Drow directly at the shrine, at the throne, and try and take it out. Necroface, I feel like, yeah, he just didn't bother with the Hex at all. As you go for a Dagon, he has Dagon level 5 pretty soon in a couple hundred gold with buyback. So gonna go for a Battle Fury next to help with the Mega Creeps. Makes some sense. I feel like you should just go for a Ability instead, might be a bit better. And yeah, this is looking pretty tough for FishingBoatV2. We've been in this stalemate for quite a while, but Bane and Mirana Ganks, they've been able to etch out small victories during this stalemate. Another Firestorm comes out onto the throne, taking a pretty decent amount of damage. Drow Ranger jumps in aggressively, but will get false promised. The save from the Oracle, really good. The Bane will eventually go down. He has buyback if he needs it. A Ghost Scepter on the Bristleback will stop him from dying. The Ursa, he's gonna die back! 125 seconds on the side lane. Bane decides to buy back. He decides it's time for his team to go. Ursa is down for a very long time. He's their main frontliner. The Bristleback isn't able to tank the enemy team anymore.
Haste.
And this is looking like it's going to be the beginning of the end. A smoke forward. The Bristleback, he's going to get Silver Edge to get Hex onto the Bristleback. Sniper will end up making it to the high ground. The Necrophos going to go down to the Sniper.
Down there at the bottom left, Fire is beating Radiant's ancient turret.
Sniper deals so much damage. The Bane gonna be able to get a Fiend's Grip, BKB Fiend's Grip onto the Sniper, but there's no follow-up damage. He's pinging the Sniper super hard, but he isn't able to get it. Atos onto the Sniper. The Sniper will force stuff out of there. Gets Pit of Malice again. Another Firestorm. He has buyback though, so he can pick up his Divine Rapiers again. The Divine Rapiers are on the floor, but Bane and Mirana Ganks, they're going for the throne. A good game is called. They will end the game by taking the throne. And what a game. 64 minutes and 44 seconds. Sniper not quite being able to carry his team hard enough. But, I mean, still a pretty close game overall. This game still could have gone back up in their favor. They had the Sniper to close out the game if they were able to get a team wipe, but this Oracle did so much work. So many false promises came out from the Oracle and was able to save this Sniper. There's no stat, unfortunately, for how many false promises got cast, but I can assure you it was a lot of false promises. So great play from THC, and a pretty great game overall.